All right, Gemini, welcome to your monthly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is going to be for December of 2015. My name is Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology, which you can find more about down below. All right, Gemini, so this month we have some more transformational energies for the first 2 weeks, which is going to be Mars squaring up to Pluto and opposing Uranus, so forming this T-square here. That's been an ongoing theme between these two planets over the past few years. So that's going to make the first couple of weeks quite transformative, and then the second half more expansive with the sun going into Sagittarius. Then we have a full moon on the 25th in your first house of Gemini. So to kind of build this up, I'm going to talk about the most general, most important transits of the month. For a more specific look, do check out your weeklies, where I'll go into more specific detail on these aspects and also some other minor ones that are taking place. But from the 1st to the 5th, we've got Saturn still squaring up to Neptune from last month. So this has been the uncertainty, perhaps confusion and doubt in regards to where we're headed, where we're going. And for you, likely having to do with the work stuff, routine, daily stuff, which has been Saturn in your 6th house, helping you really discipline your work and daily stuff. And then Neptune in your 9th house, which is the house of life path. You know, it literally is where we're headed, where we're going. What's our view? You know, what is the future? Things like that. Very unknown with Neptune. So the key with this has been to have faith and trust that everything in the future is unfolding, that everything in the work or daily stuff or health or your routine stuff is unfolding in divine timing, as well as is there hard work? Are you putting in the hard work and discipline in both of those areas to really ground it, make it into a reality? Now, this is going to be, still an ongoing aspect, but it's out of its 1-degree orb, but it'll still be for the next few months. So it's a great time to continuously build upon these dreams, these ideals, these visions, perhaps involving those 2 areas of your life. Okay. So that's going to be the first 5 days, but I think it's going to be a whole lot easier, like I was saying, than November, because it already had gone exact and it's waning at this point. So definitely easier from like the second half of November. Now from the 5th through the 8th, we've got Mars then squaring up to Pluto. So there is that transformation. Now here the transformation is particularly relating to your work, your routine, your health, your diet, since Mars rules that 6th house of yours, involving anything community related or group related, which is Mars ruling your 11th, as well as the home and family stuff. Okay, and that's the area in which a lot of this is taking place. There's been a lot of drive, a lot of motivation, and even enjoyment with Venus in the area of home, in the area of family, with your roots, with your past, a lot of intentions there. And so now the key is to have non-attachment, because Mars is really about what we want. It's really about what we're asserting, what we're directly intending on happening. But then Pluto says, look, it's not really like that. In fact, Pluto's going to strip away all of our attachments, all of our ego sort of layers that we put on things, and helping us see things for how they actually are, and also make change so we can get rid of a lot of this old garbage in regards to us that is no longer serving us. So for you, it's involving some very important axes of your chart. Your emotional body. It's the 4th house, it's your roots, it's your foundation. On the external, it's home and family, but fundamentally, it's your body. It's your temple and your feelings. And that's squaring up to the relationship stuff, which has been going through a lot of changes and transformations over the past many years with Pluto in that 7th. And then opposing all this career stuff, which has been Uranus, creating hopefully freedom and change, but a lot of maybe sometimes erratic energy in that 10th house. So the key with this is to, with this in particular, non-attachment, take it slow, involving this opposition up to Uranus. Watch any sudden decisions, especially from about the 9th to the 12th, when this will be exact. It can sometimes feel like we want to break free, we want to make some sudden changes, but it's suggesting a slow and steady grounded energy important. And that's also, again, involving the work stuff, the routine stuff, and maybe even the community stuff as well, or organizational stuff of that 11th, or technological stuff, So non-attachment, and when you have that non-attachment, when you're willing to, go in a certain direction and be guided and realize that maybe there's some truths coming forward that are deep, that are hidden, but they need to be faced, this is the month to do that. And as a result of this, we can all find a tremendous amount of freedom and a tremendous amount of spiritual power, which is spiritual non-attachment. As a result of this, okay, especially the second half of the month when things sort of transform out of this. So during this, nicely, your ruler, Mercury, is going to be going into Sagittarius, and that's going to be your 7th house. That's going to be from around the 9th. So the key with this is that your mind, all of you, just expanding as it usually is when Mercury goes into Sagittarius, but thinking more about relationships, thinking more about the importance of interconnections and the mutual respect, mutual understanding, that kind of synergy with your one-on-one connections. So that's going to be a strong emphasis pretty much all month, because then the sun goes in there on the 21st, and it's really part of this whole transformational thing that's been taking place from Ophiuchus into Sag. So transformations always happen from self-improvement into relationships for you. So that's nice to have, Mercury, going into a sort of position like that where it's a little bit more freer. You're seeing the more philosophical aspects, as well as the importance of having mutual understanding and mutual connections. Then on the 11th, we have a new moon in that 6th house, so new beginnings involving the daily stuff. Again, it could be new beginnings with your work, it could be new beginnings with your regiment, your routine, your health, and anything else you do on a daily basis. But it's a great time to reflect on this. Saturn's close by, so he's keeping a check on it to make sure it's grounded, make sure it's long-term, but we should all be feeling that willingness to take it slow and to work hard on it with this new moon. So observe that, and then as the month unfolds, there's more energy to be put into these daily regiments. Now on the 16th, here's where things start to shape up a little bit from, less of the more deeper transformational stuff. Venus goes into Libra, where she's in a very good position, and that's your 5th house. So here it's all about enjoying the hobbies, enjoying the self-expression, creativity, anything else that you consider passionate in your life. Could be romantic for some of you as well. And it's, Venus does naturally rule that 5th house. So, it's a good placement for inner relationships, interactions when you are, enjoying yourself and having fun. So very good placement there for the rest of the month into January. And then on the 19th, Mercury conjoins up to Pluto in that 7th house of relationships. So there's certainly relationship things changing, you're transforming, as this being your ruler and all. Now this does happen at least once a year. Mercury over Pluto. So it's nothing that large, but it's this time when you go through a sort of transformation of self. Here it's going to be through those one-on-one connections, and even a transformation of your emotional body, and maybe bringing in that assertive emotional energy in a healthy way into your one-on-one connections, which you could be certainly understanding more about during this time. And since Mercury will be forming that T-square at this time as well, it's important to just take things nice and slow, especially around the 19th. Again, all that same energy of non-attachment, of asserting ourselves in a compassionate way, and having a healthy sense of freedom, I think will be very important with this 19th time period. Then on the 21st, we have the sun going into the 7th, so I think the focus will just build more in terms of those relationships and one-on-one connections. And then on the 25th, which will be Christmas for those of us who celebrate Christmas, we have that full moon in Gemini in your sign. So here there's an awareness of self. It's also a culminating point of a lot of the things that you started maybe 6 months ago involving your goals and things like that, and just you in general. So it's a great time to reflect. What's important to you? How are your goals doing? How are things unfolding in your life involving self and relationships? And there's a lot of insight which then can be channeled into the other areas of your life from this full moon. And then we have a shift with Uranus going station direct here in your 10th house. So things involving the career stuff, the big picture stuff, if you felt like it's sort of been in the back burner or just not so much in the forefront over the past 6 months, that energy will likely start to move forward. And this is all about having more freedom in your work, so it's more in alignment with what you're really about. And just you can be yourself when it comes to the public work or community related stuff, in the big picture. Okay, it could be very much related to your career as well. So Gemini, that's the general energies of the month. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday. Do stay tuned for this special that I'm going to be running from about now through the end of December, which you can find more about next. All right, so it's that time of the year again for the holidays. I'm running a special this year. Get one reading for yourself for 2016 and gift that exact same reading to a friend or family member for the holidays. So whether it's a live phone or Skype session, whether it's a 1-hour recorded reading or a mini birth chart reading, you get that exact same reading you can gift out. So for more information on that, do click the link directly below. And I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday season. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe because I also do daily and weekly videos. And I'll see you all next time. Take care.